Amanda Castaneda, Castaneda. Work?
Spell Amanda for us.
Oh, Amanda too. Amanda.
You never know.
You never know. That's right. That's right.
Right. And so thank you both for being here. If you could just, Amanda, let's start with you and tell me a little bit about why you're here today, what story you want to share with us.
I'm here because of Susan. I'm very, very proud of Susan. Susan and I started working together, it's been 4 years ago? 4 years ago. And we happened to be in the break room one day, and I suggested that we start a weight loss plan together. She was a little reluctant initially, but one day she came back into the office and said, you know, I'm ready to do this. And so at that point in time, we started this weight loss program.
So being a friend and a coworker, and actually her boss,
Yeah.
How was that for you to approach her with something that could be hurtful, or how did you approach that delicately?
Well, I'm not so sure I did approach it delicately, but I noticed that Susan was spending more and more time in the office, and I noticed that maybe she wasn't having the social life that I felt that she could have. And she used to be very athletic in high school, and I knew there was an opportunity for her to change, not only emotionally, but physically. So I just said, you need to do this now. Don't wait until you're my age. Do it now, Susan. And so that's really how it happened. But she didn't grasp that initially. It took a little while for her to do that.
And so how was that for you when she first approached you? How did that make you feel?
Well, at first it was, I guess relieving in one aspect, but as she said, I was probably not as reluctant. I was reluctant to take her help, but it was very hard in the fact of having somebody sort of watch and hover over you and hold you accountable for everything you did. So that was really hard, and I think sometimes I would scowl at her and sort of tell her, how dare she tell me what I can't eat. But I just didn't know. I didn't know that some of these poor decisions I was making that was really, really affecting my health overall and my emotionally as well.
So tell me a little bit about what you did together to keep each other motivated, keep each other on track, and how that worked.
It was constantly, every single day we would go over what we ate and what our activity was. I called her every single night for at least 3 months. Every night to ask her, because I know sometimes that's the hardest time for individuals when we go home and we sit down and we're tired and we've had a stressful day. And so I just called and said, what are you having for dinner tonight? And initially I think it was, okay, this is really odd. My boss is calling me and saying, what are you having for dinner? But that's just the way it worked, and it worked for her and it worked for me, because me hearing what she was having made me less apt to go home and have the ice cream that I truly wanted to have, but I didn't. And then eventually Susan started exercising, she started walking, she started running, and at some point in time she didn't need me as much anymore, because she felt the change physically and emotionally on her own by all of our clients at work saying, wow, you look great. And she didn't need that support as much, but I don't think either one of us could have accomplished this without each other's support in the beginning.
How does it make you feel knowing you started her on this journey to better health and looking at her now?
Oh, well, I'm so proud of her. In so many ways. I'm very proud of her, both professionally and personally. She's done a fabulous job. She did this. She's the one who did this. I'm just fortunate enough to see her change so much. Very proud of her.
So, what would you tell other women in your position if they have a friend that they care about, that they want to help change? What advice would you give them to take that initial step?
Be part of it and make it fun, make it interesting, make it challenging, but definitely be a part of this change, and always tell them every day how proud you are that it's not just the long haul, but short term. Gosh, you did really well last night. I can't believe that you went home and you ran and you did 2 miles and you did sit-ups and you had a very healthy meal. I mean, every day is important, not just the long run. It's the short-term goals that are important also.
I think you both made a pretty significant choice to start this, weight loss program. But what are some smaller choices that you make every day to maintain and keep motivated? What are the little things that you are faced with every day that you have to make a choice between?
I mean, for me, I think just me constantly being aware of what I need to do to lose weight, or I shouldn't say lose weight, maintain my weight now. And that sort of helps me more or less inspire people every day. And that inspiration is more motivating more than anything. So me making the smaller choices to say, I'm not going to have a ding dong tonight. I'm going to go out and run for a little bit, and then maybe I'll have a small little snack when I get back. But the inspiration, and not only that, but having Amanda here, and she really did make a change in my life and motivate me. And having her in my life, I think if anything, that's the biggest thing for me. That's a small change. Keeping in good contact with her.
How do you reward yourselves for what you've accomplished?
Well, I'd sort of actually forgotten about this until you mentioned it, but one of the other things that we did was that for every pound that she lost, she gave me $5. And so I'd forgotten about that. So at the end of her, I forget what
it's like 50, I think it was lower 50 pounds.
50 or 60 pounds. I had all this money, which I really already spent, but I gave it back to her. And we went shopping. And so that was fun. I mean, it was a great opportunity for us to take all this money that was weight loss and then do something really fun with it and go out and buy a new wardrobe for her, which she really needed at that point in time.
Oh yeah,
badly. I forgot about that.
How important was that accountability factor? Needing to rely on each other to accomplish this goal.
I needed it a lot. I mean, weighing in every week was great, and that held you accountable. But for me at the beginning, I needed somebody to listen to, a shoulder to cry on, I should say, maybe to complain, to go and, oh my God, I had to go, to this party and there was all this food, Amanda, I can't eat this, So in talking it out rationally, because sometimes I may have gone to the extreme and said, that food was 10 points, and she's like, I think it's more 7. You're okay, and it's good. I needed it. I definitely needed it very much at the beginning, and she continues to hold me accountable, even though I don't need it every day as much now.
Is there anything else you want to share with the people who are involved with the Go Recruitment campaign, or who could potentially be identifying with you right now? Is there any lasting impression you want to leave with them?
Well, I would say, obviously, looking at Susan physically, I mean, she's beautiful and she looks fabulous, but in the long run, I mean, she's changed the way her health is going to be for the rest of her life. If she hadn't lost 109, she's at 109 now, 109 pounds. I mean, she was a totally different person emotionally, but physically, we took her blood pressure at one point in time, and it was very, very high. And today, I don't know if she can hardly keep her blood pressure up. I mean, it's just changed so much. So I think, that's really the message here, is that being healthy is not just about the physical appearance, but it's about your long-term health and activity.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.